Jean joined Toastmasters about 12 years ago, and she's been with F.A.T for 7 years. Jean is very grateful to have learned and grown as an individual, speaker, and leader through Toastmasters. She is also most thankful that she has met many amazing individuals and has made long. Last year, Jean has taken a hiatus from Toastmaster to take care of her elderly mom. She just started her training program to become a nurse coach. So it is with sadness and deep gratitude that Jean is closing her final chapter with Toastmaster. Jean Luong, speaking from the heart, Jean Luong.
Jack Confield says, everything that has make your peace with that, and all will be well. I have made my peace and my decisions to end my Toastmaster journey today after 12 years. As my last speech, as a Toastmaster member today, I will be expressing my gratitude, share with you 3 takeaway lessons, and finally bid my adieu. Toastmaster in general and F.A.T particular has helped me tremendously to learn and grow as an individual, as a speaker, and as a leader. As an individual, my social network has expanded far and wide. When you are a member of a Toastmaster, you know the member of and leaders of other clubs, of other areas, of other districts. And during COVID time, we even get to know people from internationally. From there, I have listened to many of their inspirational messages and stories, and have learned and instilled in myself to be a better person. As a speaker, public speaking, because I have always been a youth leader. However, Toastmaster has helped me to express my word clearly and more succinctly. Get to the point. Finally, as a leader, in Toastmaster, you're not just learning about public speaking skills, you're also learning to be a better speaker. By different officer role, both in the club, area, district, far and wide, as far as you want it to be. As a leader, I have increased my self-confidence to take on new responsibility and new roles at my work, stepping up to chair different committees and to facilitate meetings that involve all disciplines, including directors, doctors, all thanks to Toastmaster. Secondly, what are the 3 takeaway lessons? It's hard. After 12 years, how can I 3 away? But these are just 3 small ones. First, know your why. Why are you giving this speech? What is in it for the audience? What is your... Know your why. Not just in speech. If I translate that into my life, why am I doing this? Why ending this? Why am beginning something else? Always know your why, so that it keeps you focused. It keeps you intentional. It keeps you on course. It doesn't go tangent everywhere and you get lost. Know your why. Secondly, Focus on the positive. In Toastmaster, you're not just a speaker, you're also an evaluator. And I love it so much. Did you know that as an evaluator, you're supposed to give at least twice as many compliment, positive, strength about the points that you suggest for them to improve? Even if it's that speaker struggle and have so many areas to improve, you look for the positive and focus on it. And just try to pick one or two at most areas to suggest to improve. And this is constructive feedback. It's not criticize, it's not judgmental. If only I can, that would be awesome, isn't it? Sadly, after 12 years Toastmaster and after winning a few evaluator awards, I'm still struggle with my evaluation for my husband. Finally, speak from the heart, not from the head. Too often, we talk about theories. You should do that. Sorry, empty words. Move no one. Speak from the heart. Where's your struggle? Your own personal story. Be willing to be authentic, be vulnerable. Share your struggle as well as your progress and your success. Speak from the heart. And that's how people can relate to you. Superman, they want a real person who struggle and who strive and who make progress. Speak from the heart also help in life because people know that you care. You're not talking from textbook. You're talking from your heart. You feel their heart, and that's how you connect. And that's how you inspire a story by your own heart, whether it's filled with tears or joy. Finally, this is my adieu to Toastmaster. John Irvin says, you only grow by coming to the end of something and by beginning of something else. I will leave you with this song. No going, no after, no before. I hold you close to me. I release you to be so free because I am in you and you are in me. In you and you are in me. Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, F.A.T members and leaders. I love you. Love and hugs.
Thank you, Jean. Just a few seconds. We're going to be doing a round robin. Myrna will be leading that. And we can all give some feedback to Jean. So whenever you're ready, Myrna.
I'm sorry, the agenda said table topics. I come after table topics. I'm sorry, do I follow the agenda or you? Sorry, Patty.
Oh no, you're right, Myrna. I-
of, yes, I thought as much that we can probably just do, instead of writing the feedback form, we can give Jean the feedback now itself, 30 seconds each.
Is everybody
And,
okay with that? Well, it's just fresh in your minds. If we could just give a little feedback to Jean.
So do we do Jean, do we do Maria first, or we do Jean, then table topics, and Maria? I'm sorry, it's just, this is my first time and I had.
Patty, why don't you facilitate
This isn't,
the
this
evaluation?
isn't a typical. Sure, I'll be happy to. Are you okay with that, Myrna, if I do?
No, I can do it. I
Round
just
table?
want to know the order that I had was table topics. And then, but it's okay. I just want to know. So
Yeah.
we do round robin, then we do Maria, and then we do the table topics. I just want to know if I can do my job well. That's all.
Yeah, we'll just do the round robin right now, and then we'll be back on track with the
All right,
sorry,
so
Myrna, we're messing you up tonight.
that's okay. It's my first time, so I have
Yeah.
all my stick in front of me.
And will you unspot us?
So Jean, so you don't have
Oh,
an
yeah.
evaluator, it's the audience that's going to evaluate you. So each person can say, whoever wants to evaluate can say what they like and what they would like to see you improve
And-
on. So it's not a maximum of 5 minutes, but then everybody can do 30 seconds. The
Did you have an order
I-
that you wanted people?
oh, I thought,
Sorry.
okay, who wants to
Using
do it
round
first?
robin, whoever want to give feedback, just throw it in.
Okay,
You
well,
don't have
I'll be
any
first.
particular order.
I'll be
Yes.
first. It was very inspirational, very beautiful. I love the singing, very emotional. There was a lot of variety in tone, and the variety in tone was so well done that it brought of sadness to moments of happiness to moments of going back in time and remembering moments in time. As you were talking about speaking from the heart, it brings to mind the importance of being honest, and the importance of also the club helping helping people to grow and to come together, not just as the material aspects of life, of growing as a leader, but you talked about for people, and I really appreciated that. I thought it was a great speech.
Ronnie?
Who else wants to go?
Hi.
Patty. Go ahead, Patty.
Thanks, Myrna. Jean, thank you for your speech. I loved your message. As always, you deliver a beautiful, heartfelt speech. The message of what you learned, focus on the positive and speak from the heart. If we all do that, we will be very successful in Toastmasters and in life. So I loved it. Thank you so much. We're going to miss you. Back to you, Myrna.
Patty, know your why. Your why. Know your why.
Verani, do you want to say something to Jean?
Yes. Jean, that was a marvelous speech. And when I think of you, and you always bring that energy, and we are going to, now I know that we are going to miss forever. I hope you do visit sometimes as a guest and show us that positive energy once in a while. And I wish you all the best. And you are an inspirational in Toastmaster, and you have came here and learned, and you helped others learn a lot. And your endeavors, you'll always be successful, whatever you choose. And I wish you all the best. And
Thank you.
Maria, do you want to say something?
Yeah, very inspirational speech. Loved it. Just had various emotions, inspirational, but yet kind of bittersweet, because we're sad that this is like your last Toastmaster speech. So a little bit bittersweet on that. But I like the singing at the end, and of course, all the positive things we can keep and remember and implement when we continue our Toastmaster journey.
Ken or Victor?
I'll go next. Yeah, my internet, I apologize for it, might be a little choppy. Jean, that had such heart and it was so emotional. It was hard to listen to, but it was so good. It's really sad to say goodbye. And I think this was a really great way of doing it. We don't want to say goodbye. We just want to wish you a great journey in your next adventure. And we know that you're going to be successful. You've always been such an inspirational force, friendly, heartfelt, and marvelous. It's nothing else we can say. That we're just gonna hope to see you soon again, because we're gonna miss you a lot. And I love you. So have a good journey and take care.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Sure, I'll go. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Gene, that was a great speech. I like how you ended your speech with a song. When I heard it, I said, "Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should try that next time." But then I thought maybe not. So yeah, so great speech. I can see that Toastmaster has served you well in the past 12 years. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Shailesh?
Yeah, Jean, that was absolutely marvelous. I'm always amazed by your speeches, the energy and the passion that you bring to speeches, and I able to emulate at least half of the energy that you bring to your speeches. It's really been amazing to hear you speak, to hear your speeches. I know that you will do wonderfully well, whatever you do next. All the best. And whenever you get a chance, just join us. You know where to find us.
Hmm.
Yes.
Gitanjali, would you like to
Thank
say
you.
something? Do you feel comfortable saying something?
Sure, I'll give it a try. I'm not as good as you folks today. I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm listening to you and you are leaving this club. But hearing your speech and getting to know you was marvelous. I hope I can learn at least some of it, the way you did your speech today. So thank you. I do ask the question why in everything I do, and I really connected with all the wisdom that you shared. Even the song was very emotionally connected for whatever you do in your life. It was nice getting to know you today.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. My biggest heart. And I do know that I always have a home with
Thank you,
F.A.T.
Jean.
I do.
Madame Toastmaster, do you want Maria? Should we go on to Maria as the evaluator?
No, we'll go ahead and do, we'll do our regular table topics. Sorry,
Okay.
Myrna,
No,
just
that's okay.
because it's fresh in people's mind, I wanted to give Jean.
So Ken, I'm sorry, this is your Madame Toastmaster to you.
Great. Thank you, Myrna. And thank you, everybody, for your feedback to Jean. I'm going to turn it over to Ken in just a minute. But first, I just want to talk about a little bit about our theme tonight. National Comic Book Day was this week. And it's a time to celebrate the artists, writers, fans of the genre that's become a popular pastime for nerdies. Started off with cartoons and comic strips. They appeared in newspapers in the late 1900s. I'm sure the 19th century, it was 1800 something. And then collections of these comics were first published in books in the earliest 20th century. You'd think that comics might have been started in America, but it actually started in Europe, and we kind of took over the genre, I think, at that point. That are for different art forms. And with that said, I'd like to turn it over to our wonderful table topics master, who happens to be a world subject matter expert on this particular topic. Take it away, Ken.
Wow. Way to give me no pressure, right? Okay. No, I have loved comic books for a very long time. I've collected them since I was 12 years old, and it is a long standing, I guess, love affair between me and the genre. I started by just my dad taking me to the flea market that used to be in Castro Valley, and he would give me a few dollars each week or two, and I would spend them on comic books at the flea market. So it was something that was easily accessible and enjoyable, and I think it brings out the imagination in kids as well as adults. But it is a great way for kids to start reading and using their imagination. So I definitely think it's something that can be accessed by anybody, but something that's valuable as well for learning purposes. So a couple of facts before I get into the table topics, and that was great intro by Patty. Something I did a little bit more research, and I like to find little facts and things that people might not know about comic books. But one thing I mentioned last time was Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was actually a rejected, well, it was something that wasn't supposed to take off. Spider-Man was debuted in Amazing Fantasy number 15, and it was known to be the last issue of that series. I hope everybody can hear me. If you can, I'm sorry. But it was the editor. He said, "Hey, we're going to end this," and he gave it to Stan Lee as one of his first writing jobs. Stan Lee said, "Hey, you know, I want to go out with a bang. If this doesn't take off, I don't care." Spider-Man was his creation, and he used it, and it really did take off and became one of Marvel's long-lasting characters. One other thing I found that was really interesting was that in the early 1990s, Michael Jackson tried to buy Marvel comic books and the rights to it. And he was trying to buy it because his love for Spider-Man. And he actually wanted to be Spider-Man and produce the Spider-Man movies. I don't know how it would have turned out if he actually bought it. I'm not sure if it would be marvelous or not. But Stan Lee said in an interview semi-recently that he actually thought Michael Jackson would do a good job. I'm not exactly sure, but he also said that the first iteration of Spider-Man movies that was done by Tobey Maguire was wonderful. So I'm not sure if he was exactly biased to Michael Jackson or Tobey Maguire, but we'll never know how that would have turned out. Okay, so the table topics for our guest is a way for our members and our guests to speak impromptu. Speak in a very impromptu way. So spur of the moment, impromptu, and just off the cuff. So not having any preparation. But that said, we're Toastmasters, so we try to have structure in our speeches. So you basically try to structure even a table topics answer in a short period of time, but in a very structured beginning, middle, and end way. That said,